What was the biggest thing that you get to now and say, had no idea, but wow, were we lucky we did this and people should do this?
The first thing that comes to my mind is, as a mom, wow, was I lucky that I caved to the concept that my husband wanted to raise a man. It's that simple. You know, in our society, I believe one of the biggest breakdowns in our home right now is this role reversal and this constant striving of women to believe that they have to be everything that I know this sounds, it's just such a broad thing, and I know it needs to be a little more narrow than this, but there's a lot to talk about here in our culture, you know, where we are constantly telling men, you have to be more like women. You have to be more like women to fit into this society. And, you know, I was married to a rugged farm boy who had no intention of conforming our son to my, you know, and I say in the book, like, I tried to fight that every way I knew. I was a 19-year-old mom, Glenn, when Aaron was born. And so I tried to fight it every way I could. I entered him in the Troy Tiny Tot Beauty Review, and he won it. But,
oh my God.
But he never forgave me for it. You know?
Oh my gosh.
Well, Billy was constantly busy teaching Aaron that he could overcome unimaginable obstacles, obstacles that seemed too huge for him. He'd have him out there helping him cut trees on our farm, helping him give birth to calves, you know, things like that. And I tell a story about White Cow, this cow who literally terrorized our children on our cattle farm in Tennessee. And this cow, Aaron was terrified of this cow. He wouldn't walk out in the pasture with it. And Billy one day, instead of letting Aaron cower in fear to this cow, he said, I'm going to tell you what, you're going to stand at the fence right now, and when White Cow, I'm going to herd the cows in, and when White Cow confronts you, if she charges you, son, you got to punch her in the nose. I'm sitting there thinking, Aaron weighed like 60 pounds soaking wet. You know, he's about 10 years old, I think. And I was like, you're going to do, well, you know, but he let Aaron do it. I stood back and let him do it. And Aaron did. White Cow, sure enough, charged Aaron that day. And he reared back in a nerve-defying, like a nerve-wracking defiance, and just punched that heifer in the nose. Well, you know what he learned that day? And White Cow, you know, she snorted and snarled at him and took a step back like she couldn't believe what happened, but then in submission, she went in the pen. And Aaron learned that day that there was no challenge too great for him. And it's what drove him to become not only a Navy SEAL, but all the way to the pinnacle at SEAL Team 6. Those are the things. And I say the greatest principle I can teach any mom is let your husband raise a man. It's hard not to interfere, but let him raise a man.